An abbreviated Marion General Hospital pregame show for you here today before number 11 Bethel takes on the Taylor men's basketball team. A couple notes to bring to you. Taylor will not be having Jason Hubbard start today. He is dressed. Vincent Miranda will start in his place. The big news for Bethel, no Grant Galen today. He's got a boot on his left foot. The 6'5 junior transfer from Trinity International and before that Indiana University, who has 98 made threes this year, tops in NAIA D2. He averages 4 made threes per game and he shoots 47% from distance. He will not play today for Bethel with that boot on his left foot. He had a humongous three against Taylor when these two teams met back in early December. And so no Galen today. Will insert Life Granville into the starting lineup today for the first time this season in his first career start for the freshman out of Sugar Land, Texas, playing in his 22nd game. Here are the starters for today's game.
And now, fans, get on your feet for the starting lineup for your Taylor Children. That's the guard from Hamilton, Ohio, number 15, Ryan Robinson. That's the guard from Central Indiana, number 15, Mason Daniel. Sophomore guard from Amesburg, Ohio, number 24, Jason Hubbard. A junior forward from Lawrence, Indiana, number 31, Dave McLeod. And a sophomore forward from Bethel, Ohio, number 35, C.J. Pena. The Trojans are coached by Josh Lane, assisted by Aaron Larson and Steve Hubbard.
So we are ready to go. Here from Odell Arena, Taylor played a tight one against number 8 Marion on the road on Tuesday, falling 79-74. Bethel went to overtime at number 21 St. Francis, winning 112-107. It was the third time this season that Bethel has allowed 100 points, the first time that they've come out victorious in such a game. They're led by the do-everything Travion Cruz, the junior out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Averages 6 assists per ball game. He's also the top scorer for Bethel at just over 22 points. C.J. Pena averaging 17 points per game, Mason Degenkolb averaging 18, and Robinson averaging 16. Pluta and Pena will jump, 6'7 versus 6'6. Pena bounces into the air, wins it, and Degenkolb able to gather it in as he collides with Miranda lightly in the backcourt, and Taylor has the opening possession. They go from left to right. Taylor had an opportunity to win the game in regulation up in Mishawaka at the beginning of December, fell in overtime. The day after Silent Night, Degenkolb starts hot and grooves home a curl jump shot. Good start for Degenkolb, the Trojans' top scorer at 18 points per game. Cruz will get Miranda's start around a screen near side into the corner to Life Granville in his first start at Bethel. To Pluta left block, bangs with Pena. Pluta looks and deals outside, near side to Keontae Jenkins. Drives and floats to the far side corner. This is Nathan Ertz. Cruz over Miranda, a three, hits off the bottom of the glass and nothing else. And Taylor has the ball. They gallop to the front court with Degenkolb, leading 2-0. It was Hubbard who made Cruz's life difficult in the first matchup of the year back in December. Miranda pointing where he wants Pena to go, now feeds him on the baseline left. Pluta will defend. Pena backing down right hand, turns up and under through contact short. Pluta knifes down a one-handed rebound. Nicely done by the sophomore out of Ohio. Taylor misses their first shot of the day as the Pilots of Bethel, the 11th ranked team in the country, go from right to left in blue with white numbers and white letters in the gray trim. Ertz around a screen, now to Jenkins. Spins on Degenkolb, off balance. Degenkolb might have blocked the shot. Mason hangs in the air and taps the rebound to himself. An 0-2 start for Bethel from the floor. Taylor leads 2-0. Trailing, Degenkolb trying to make it 5-0. But his one-legged three is off target left from distance. And Taylor has missed 2 shots in a row after Degenkolb canned their first one. Cruz gives off to Jenkins, far side of the floor. He's a senior out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, transferring from Cardinal Stritch. They try to lob it into Pluta, but then Pena had other ideas, fronting the post and snatching the pass away. Degenkolb fires a low pass to Miranda. Cruz guarding as Miranda will pivot and then deal it around near sideline. Granville in his first start guards the senior Robinson. McLeod calls for it mid-post right and gets it. Aggressive with a left-hand bounce, stops on the mid-post right outside the arc. Degenkolb now 10 to shoot as Miranda cuts in the paint. Down the lane, fadeaway, free throw line. Robinson, no. Weak side rebound was Pena's. He couldn't get to it. It goes out of bounds off of CJ's hand. The referee underneath the hoop says it should be going Bethel's way. Taylor appeals, and it's going to be overturned here. Bethel led by first-year head coach Steve Draven. Taylor led by seventh-year head man Josh Andrews. 2-0 the Taylor lead. Taylor has missed their last 2 shots in a row. Bethel is 0 of 2. Robinson to get it in near baseline as Taylor shoots on the basket to our right. 20 to shoot. Degenkolb rises from 10, and he's got the first 4 points of the game on a baseline J. 4-0 the Trojan advantage as Taylor tries to get above 500 here at home. They're 6-6. Pluta right side high. Now Granville holds near side edge, defended by Robinson. Jenkins comes free, far side Ertz. They want to go to Pluta down low with Pena fronting there. Jenkins open left side 3. That was off target right, and then the leaping Miranda snatches the rebound out of the air. A 0 of 2 start from 3 for Bethel. Taylor with the ball leading by 4. Degenkolb has scored all 4. His shot is blocked on a nice recovery by Keontae Jenkins. As 3 Trojans get back in defense, Jenkins throws it up as McLeod slapped down on the hands. And Jenkins will be going to the line for 2 on the foul by James McLeod, his first. First foul against Taylor here in the opening half. And Keontae Jenkins to the line for a pair. Good free throw shooter is the senior Jenkins out of Fort Wayne. And he swishes the first one to get Bethel on the board. They trail 4-1. Jenkins a transfer from Cardinal Stritch University. His first season with the Pilots. He made the first, and he will make the second as that one spun off the front rim and dropped. That cuts the Taylor lead down to 4-2 as the Trojans go from left to right and white. As Robinson brings it to the front court with Jenkins right there on his hip. Right side circle pass Pena, who dominated in the paint against Bethel back in December. Robinson drives and kicks Miranda a quick fire from 3, and he gets that one from the high left side. First triple made of the day goes to the Trojans and Vincent Miranda, and Taylor leads by 5. Cruz, far side Granville in his first start of his career. Granville right-hand drive on the shorter Robinson, who got him, and they will give the continuation to Granville, who lays it in right near the right side of the rim. Taylor head coach Josh Andrews disagrees, but an and one coming for Granville, who is 7 of 16 from the line this season. This to make it a 2-point deficit for the Pilots. Remember, no Grant Galen today, so Granville in the lineup, but he can't make the free throw, misses it short, and Taylor comes the other way leading by 3. Degenkolb has scored 4 of the 7, nice hesitation, reverse layup good, and Degenkolb cooking with gas early. He's 3 of 5 and has outscored Bethel by himself 6-4. Taylor leads 9-4, and now they lead 9-6 on a nice find from Cruz to Pluta for a right-hand flip-in. Bethel, one of the better offensive teams in the Crossroads League. They average 97 points per game, but they also give up points as well. And Robinson flips home his first one with a right-hand finger roll. 11-6 the Taylor lead. Bethel allows 84 points per ball game. 11-6 the Trojan advantage. They've made 4 of their first 8 shots. Bethel just 1 of 4 from the floor. Or 2 of 4, and it's a travel on Granville, the Texan. Hands on his hips as he's upset, and the call to the bench comes. Here comes Maxwell Newman, the freshman center from Monrovia, Indiana. He'll get Pluta as the first sub of the afternoon for either side. No Jason Hubbard in the starting lineup today, but he is dressed for the Trojans as Miranda gets his spot in the lineup today. He hit a 3, did Miranda. He flings it far corner, Robinson. Gets away from Jenkins, who poked the ball away. Robinson gets the ball back with plenty of time to shoot. Taylor with the ball in a 5-point lead. Here comes Pena, who kicks it outside the Degenkolb right side circle. Granville defending him. Left side high, Robinson with 10 to shoot. Left corner, Miranda keeps it away from Cruz with 7 to shoot. And now with 6 and now with 5. Miranda will spot for a 3 over Cruz off the right side rim, and Newman has the baseline rebound. Rough half-court possession there for TU. Bethel comes the other way. Granville goes in. Pena poked it off of his knees, and it's going back to the Trojans. First media timeout, 15:24 remaining in half number 1. Taylor leads number 11, Bethel 11-6 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. Taylor starts 5 of 10 from the floor, 1 of 3 from downtown. Bethel 2 of 5 from the floor, 0 of 2 from beyond the arc. And after the media timeout, Jason Hubbard makes his first appearance of the day, replacing James McLeod. Degenkolb far sideline, right side screen, Pena hesitates and drives. Right side circle, Hubbard fakes a 3 with Ertz defending him. Another sub comes in, that's the one that's Jared Dehart defending Degenkolb. Baseline right pass, this will be Hubbard. Left hand bounce with 4, or 9 to shoot, now with 8. Taylor leading by 5 out of the timeout. Far corner long to Robinson from the corner, good. Make it a 3 from that far side. I thought his heels were on the arc, but Robinson was back for 3-point range. His first triple gives Taylor their biggest lead of the afternoon. They're up by 8. Right block, Newman trying to do work against Pena. His pass in traffic knocked away and gobbled up by Degenkolb. Cruz back 2-on-1. Degenkolb circles and waits for reinforcements. Robinson pings it far side Miranda. Now to the baseline left and Hubbard. Wants to back down Ertz. Hubbard got into the high post and will bounce it outside near the volleyball line to Robinson. Taylor leads by 8. They've been stellar to start. Screen Pena. Robinson between the legs bounce. Step back 3 ball. Got it. And Robinson starting to cook. That'll force a Bethel timeout. Back-to-back triples for the electrifying Ryan Robinson has given Taylor an 11-point lead. 14-15 left to go in half one.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
So out of the 32nd Bethel timeout, it's been back-to-back Ryan Robinson threes, and the Trojans have opened up a double-figure lead at 11. Far side Jenkins in front of the Taylor bench, spins in, keeps the ball away from Miranda. He almost banked it in on a continuation. But Keontae Jenkins will be going back to the line for 2 more free throws as Miranda's whistled for his first foul of the afternoon. A personal 6-0 run by Ryan Robinson. He's got 8 points. He's outscored Bethel by himself 8-6. And Jenkins will be coming back to the line for 2 more, where he's 2 of 2 today. The first one hits the front rim, catches the front rim off a bounce, and goes in. All 3 of Jenkins' points have been at the line today. He averages 11 per game. Good rebounder for the 6-foot guard at 4 boards per game. Plays about 18 minutes, making his 9th start of the season. And he stays perfect from the line, making both. He's got 4 of the first 8 for the Bethel Pilots. A sub will come in, replacing Jenkins. It'll be Dylan Sheehy-Giuseppe, the transfer from Virginia Commonwealth University. Sheehy-Giuseppe, a 6-foot junior guard, hails from Arizona. Robinson, Pena, Miranda, Hubbard, and Degenkolb, the Taylor 5, 4 of their 5 starters out there. Pena, who had 20 points plus against Bethel last time, head fake floater, Robinson missed. Hubbard put back, no, off bounce, but he snatches the rebound down, misses an air ball putback, but coming in off a bounce will be Miranda to keep the ball away from Bethel defenders. Miranda driving behind the back bounce, one hand pitch to Pena, then the ball spun around quickly and out of the left wing inside the arc. It's Hubbard trying to back down the smaller Cruz, bulldozing. Cruz read it and poked the ball right when he knew Hubbard was going to set and go up for a jump shot. Trailing the play is Sheehy-Giuseppe. Now to Cruz, their do-everything guard who's yet to score today. Robinson with a mismatch trying to defend the taller Ertz. Bethel does not give it to him. Now they do. Ertz with the left hand, spinning away from Robinson. Up and under, put Robinson on the floor, and Ertz floats it in for a deuce. Losing his footing was Robinson. A 4-0 start for Bethel out of their 30-second timeout. Draws them to within 7 with 7 minutes gone here in half one. Right side circle Pena, who was 8 for 8 on 2-point shots against Bethel in December. Hubbard now gives to Pena, fakes the three, thought about taking Newman to the rack. Maneuvering in, floating outside. Degenkolb passes up an open look from 3. Step back, free throw line, jump shot clean, and Degenkolb 4 of 6 from the floor to start. 8 points for Degenkolb, 8 for Robinson, and a much-needed hoop after Bethel started to find their footing offensively. They trail by 9 and have the ball. Here's DeHart, right edge. Picks it up and sends it to the near side to Sheehy Giuseppe. Driving is Ertz, cut off by Hubbard. He throws a layup off the bottom of the rim. Saved inside. Miranda dives on the floor, and then Hubbard will hurdle over his teammate. Here comes Hubbard. Cruz back, Euro step. Hubbard off balance, throws it up. No. And they'll get Jason for a travel on the baseline across from us. Marcus Gassard, the official, made the traveling call. He's out there with Jeffrey Rutledge and Kenneth Ludlow. Ryan Robinson out getting a much-needed breather. James McLeod back in for Taylor. Cruz, Ertz, Sheehy Giuseppe, Newman, and Jenkins, the 5 for Bethel. They've got the ball from right to left in blue, and Hubbard will try to D up Cruz. Pull up left elbow jump shot clean for his first look today on his first shot, or second shot attempt, excuse me. Taylor tried to go over the screen or go under the screen, and Cruz pulled up for a right elbow extend the jump shot. Brings the Pilots to within 7, 8 minutes gone here in half one. Taylor from left to right and white, high middle screen. Pena gets Degenkolb free to the right side of the floor. Now a triple team comes, Degenkolb in the air, skips it far side Hubbard. Fakes a 3, drives, ball knocked away, pitching up to the top, and a Miranda 3, which he drains for the second time today. Second field goal, Vincent Miranda, Hubbard on the assist. And Taylor goes up again, once again by 10, 22-12. Taylor making everything in sight today, 9 of 17 the start for the Trojans from the floor. And 4 of 6 from 3. Ball between the legs, diving on the baseline. It'll go out of bounds as grasping onto the ball was Maxwell Newman, as he could not save the ball from going out of play, and Taylor will get the rock back. Ryan Robinson back in for Taylor, replacing Degenkolb. Dylan Sheehy Giuseppe back to apply full court pressure against Robinson. Sheehy Giuseppe with a fantastic head of hair on his head. 22-12, the Taylor lead. Bethel 4 of 8 from the floor, as Sheehy Giuseppe tries to stay with the quick-footed Ryan Robinson. One-hand bounce, right side circle Pena. Poking at the ball was Newman. Now the pass to the near sideline Robinson. Top of the key Miranda. Fakes and drives, got through Cruz. Swips it out to Robinson, who volleyball taps it to Pena. Left-hand drive, now right-hand, trying to go up and under to the corner. Miranda pings it around. Here comes Hubbard down the lane, slicing in his right-hand floater. Just a hair too short. And then Hubbard got greedy for a reach-in. Keontae Jenkins gets Hubbard on the reach-in. First on Jason, number 4 against Taylor here in the first half. No fouls have been committed yet by Bethel. Both teams shooting the ball relatively well, both above 50%. But the difference right now, Taylor has made 4 of 6 of their threes. Bethel is 0 of 2 from beyond the arc. Newman gets away from the fronting Pena, and he'll lay it in uncontested right side. First hoop for Maxwell Newman. Bethel to within 8 as we approach the halfway point of the opening half. Pass from Robinson, tapped by Sheehy Giuseppe. Pena able to get it in left side, trying to take Newman to the rack. Stops and floats right corner to Hubbard. Wanted to go baseline, cut off by Ertz, out to Pena, and now Miranda, and now Robinson far side hash mark. 9 to shoot, right side screen McLeod. Double team backs off. Robinson goes with 6, with 5, and with 4. Step back, trying to go up and under, off balance off of 1 foot, no. McLeod taps out off the hands of a Bethel player, and that allows Pena to get it into the backcourt. Shot clock will reset to a full 30, as the Bethel players were the ones that tapped it to the backcourt. The Bethel coaches argue, saying it should be 20. And across from us, Marcus Gassard explaining his reasoning for the full reset. Halfway home in the opening half, Robinson weaves, floats, fades, back rim, front rim, all the rim, and home. 10 in the first half for Ryan Robinson, who has played wonderfully the last few weeks. Back to a 10-point Taylor advantage. Cruz fade away over the outstretched arm of Hubbard. He'll bank that one in off of the high glass. Nothing Hubbard could do there except use that 7-foot wingspan and make life difficult for Cruz, who threw that one high and off the glass. Taylor's lead back down to 8. We have yet to call Pena's name in the scoring column. He'll deal off right side circle Miranda. Robinson off a screen. They go far side of the floor. Now to Robinson in the corner. Fakes, and he'll travel as he lost his footing in the far corner, trying to shake away from the trailing Dylan Sheehy Giuseppe. Pena out, Miranda out for Taylor. Degenkolb returns. Jeff Clayton back in for the first time for Taylor. Nathan Ertz, the freshman of Valparaiso, who makes his 5th start of the season, checks out for BU. He's replaced by Jared Dehart, the sophomore. So it's Cruz, Dehart, Jenkins, Newman, and Sheehy Giuseppe for Bethel. They've got the ball, trailing by 8. Jenkins has been good today, goes in. Clayton almost knocked it away, goes back up. It'll be a held ball as Clayton got both hands on the ball with the hopping Keontae Jenkins. An athletic 6-foot senior from Fort Wayne, just about an hour north of where we currently sit. Was able to hop through very quickly through the Taylor D. Shot clock resets to 20. Sheehy Giuseppe floats it in just before time expires. And it'll be an offensive foul far side of the floor against Maxwell Newman, setting the moving screen, trying to get Travion Cruz loose. First on Newman, first foul against Bethel here in the first half. That'll bring the starter Nick Pluta back in to get the reserve, Maxwell Newman. 9:21 remaining here in the opening half. Taylor with the lead over number 11 Bethel, 24-16. These two teams played a thriller back in Mishawaka in December. Taylor hoping for a better result this time after dropping the game in OT to the Pilots back then. Far side hash mark, Degenkolb. Jenkins guards him in the man-to-man. Degenkolb down the lane, right-hand floater, front rim, no. Hubbard trying to tap it in, couldn't get it. Degenkolb's put back too strong. It's volleyballed around, and then finally ripping it out of the sky will be Jared Dehart, as Taylor had 2 or 3 different looks at the rim, trying to go back up by 10. Dehart's pass almost knocked away, gathering, and it'll be Jenkins' far side of the floor. Cruz, the All-American, to the near side corner, and Sheehy Giuseppe. 15 to shoot for Bethel. Pluta down low, trying to post up on Clayton. Sheehy Giuseppe wants to take it himself, goes on Clayton through traffic, an air ball off the glass, hits the floor, and Clayton's got it all the way to the front corner. Here comes the galloping Degenkolb. Trailing the play, Hubbard rips around for a 2-hand dunk as he ripped it away from Dehart, and Hubbard thundered it home with 2 hands. Back to a 10-point Taylor lead as the Trojans got out and ran, and their lead back to 10. Cruz fakes a handoff, nice move, got him to the baseline. Clayton will force him to step on the baseline, and Taylor will get the ball back. 2 really nice defensive plays for the freshman Jeff Clayton in the past few moments. Sheehy Giuseppe outs. Coming back, it'll be Life Granville. And Nathan Ertz back in for Bethel, replacing Dehart, who was on the floor for a minimal amount of time. Pluta, Jenkins, Granville, Sheehy Giuseppe. No, Sheehy Giuseppe does exit, I should say. Pluta, Jenkins, Granville, Ertz, and Travion Cruz, the 5 starters back on the floor for Bethel. Robinson near side, ball deflected, goes off of his face. He gets it back and bounces one to the volleyball line in Degenkolb. Mason's been stellar, 8 first-half points. Right edge, left side eye, Hubbard. Almost traveled with it, got him to the free throw line, in trouble. Mid-post right, McLeod bullying his way to Cruz and knocked it out of his hands. That's a second steal for Cruz on a Taylor post player. McLeod looks for a foul, he runs the other way, then bulldozing Robinson over. They'll call a block on Ryan as Ertz trucked him on the near post left. Robinson couldn't get his footing underneath of him, knew where Ertz wanted to go, but Ryan's feet were moving underneath of him. That's the second one on the top scorer today, and it brings us to our second and final media timeout here of the opening half. 7:46 to go in half one. Taylor leads number 11, Bethel, 26-16 on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
with Heidi and Josh, our fantastic crew today. Rick Johnston with you. 7:46 to go first half out of the media timeout. Keontae Jenkins has the ball. Will float it in left elbow to Ayers. Far side of the All-American Cruz, and he'll get called for a travel far side as he pirouettes in frustration down in the paint. 8th turnover of the opening half for Bethel as C.J. Pena comes back in for TU, replacing Jeff Clayton. Bethel turns it over just 12 times per game this year. The difference right now, though, they've limited Taylor to just 3 points off of those previous 7 turnovers by Bethel. Pena, right side circle, has taken 1 shot today. Pass intended for Robinson, almost poked away by Jenkins. Tries to sell the foul, throwing his head in the air, won't come. Robinson whips it up, Pena fakes, got Pluta in the air. Euro step, scoop, but CJ took an extra step, and Pena called for the travel. 4th turnover by the Trojans, and the 2 teams trade turnovers out of the media timeout. Bethel still shooting the ball really well. They're 6 of 11 from the floor, but 0 of 2 from 3. Taylor's made 4 there, 6 threes, and then Cruz's shot is destroyed by Hubbard. The 2nd All-American shot that Hubbard has destroyed in weeks' time. Degenkolb's shot missed, McLeod rebound up, he's fouled and going to the line for 2. Jason Hubbard tried to send Cruz's shot to the core of the earth. And on the other end, McLeod will go to the line for 2 free throws. Folks are going to learn eventually you cannot go against a 7-foot wingspan with a scoop that starts at your knee. And Cruz learned it the hard way by the ever-impressive Jason Hubbard. First free throw from McLeod, short off the front rim. Last Saturday, Hubbard was able to add Paul Marindet on almost the same exact play that he just did to Cruz. McLeod will make the 2nd free throw and push the Taylor lead up to 11 at 27-16. A really strong first half here for the Trojans. 7 minutes to go, and then Pena will step the ball away as he fronted the post intended for Pluta, who's had a tough time dealing with Pena down low today. Taylor from left front, look at Robinson blur to the weak side, McLeod for 2. Might have been fouled on the way up, lost it, but then Pluta couldn't haul it in, and then Robinson fires a 3 from the corner. It's long, but McLeod has another rebound, back to Degenkolb in the corner. Degenkolb into the paint, trying to go up and under on Granville. Turnaround, fadeaway, floater, front rim, catches it and drops. 10 in the first half for Degenkolb, and Taylor increases their lead to a game-high 13, 29-16, and that brings Odell Arena to life. Cruz with Hubbard defending around a Pluta screen, pull up, right elbow, rainbow, no, right side. Pluta gets a rebound through traffic, bank shot off the glass is good. First hoop for Pluta. And Bethel back to within 11 as we approach 6 minutes remaining here in half 1. Taylor from left to right and white. Pena between the circles, Pluta defending, a handoff, a bounce pass to Hubbard. He accelerates down the lane, trying to go up and under, cut off, down the paint comes Degenkolb, a right-handed floater drops, and Degenkolb 6 of 10 from the floor for a game-high 12, and Taylor leads by 13, 31-18. Cruz into the paint, shimmying, left side, Granville, a heave of a 3, off the back rim, up off the basket support, and Taylor will get the ball back. Granville, a good 3-point shooter at 39%, but that one woefully off target. He'll exit quickly as Dylan Sheehy Giuseppe re-enters for BU. Maxwell Newman returns for Bethel, replacing Nick Pluta. 5:45 and counting here in the opening half. Taylor is 13 of 29 from the floor. They lead by 13, 31-18. Driving baseline of Degenkolb, reverse layup. He blew the doors off of Jenkins, and Bethel needs a timeout because Degenkolb has taken him to school with 14 first half points. Taylor up by 15, 33-18.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure. broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Out of the Bethel full timeout, they have used 2 timeouts here in the first half so far. They're shooting just 7 of 15 from the floor. Taylor 14 of 30. And the Trojans have a 15-point lead. Bethel with the ball. Sheehy Giuseppe around a Newman screen. Pena recovers and gets back to the block left. Cruz gets away from Hubbard and snakes his way in for a pretty right-hand layup with his back to the hoop on the left side of the rim. 6 for Cruz and a good start out of the timeout for Bethel. They trim the deficit down to 13. 5:10 left to go here in the opening half as Vincent Miranda has come in to get Ryan Robinson. Bethel goes to a 2-3 zone for the first time today. Robinson to the free throw line. McLeod open, right wing, Degenkolb triple. Good in front of Sheehy Giuseppe. Degenkolb's first triple of the day, and he's got a game-high 17 points, and the Trojans lead by 16. Sheehy Giuseppe around a screen, stops and starts, outside to Cruz, high right side. Hubbard defends him and the Taylor man-to-man. Sheehy Giuseppe far sideline. Ertz, left-hand drive, bangs with Pena. Hubbard knocked it away. Ertz gets it back. Inside the near side corner with 9 to shoot. Hands off to Jenkins in desperation. Jenkins will have to do it himself. Miranda right there, and it's a travel on Jenkins as Miranda made him travel. 10th first half turnover for the Pilots of Bethel. And they'll bring in Filip Sagota, the freshman out of Belgrade, Serbia, who Pena dominated in the paint when these two teams met back in December. But it was Sagota who made the key free throw to tie the game with just tenths of a second left to force overtime, a game that Bethel eventually won. So it'll be interesting to see how soon the Trojans get the ball to Pena on the block. CJ with just 1 shot attempt today. He sets a high screen for Degenkolb. He spins it around the arc, near side Miranda. His 3 sent out of bounds on a high leaping block by Keontae Jenkins. We talked about Hubbard's exploits blocking shots. Keontae Jenkins has got some springs underneath those Nikes. 14 to shoot. Taylor with the lead, up by 16. 4:14 separating us from halftime. McLeod will walk to the near side corner and deal it in, with Cruz shading back from him. An easy inbounds pass to Miranda. A bounce to the belly of Degenkolb. High middle screen Pena. Right side set. Degenkolb takes. Picks of the bounce. Right wing Hubbard. Ertz daring to take a 3. Now Hubbard will back him down. Baseline right. Kick out Degenkolb with 2, with 1. Lets it go before the horn, and no. They'll say the ball was still in Mason's hands before the shot clock expired, or when the shot clock did expire, excuse me. A little miscommunication there by Taylor. They thought they had some more time left. I did as well. I looked up, and the shot clock was already down in single digits. Less than 4 to go before halftime. Jenkins catches a pass high right side. Miranda right there on the catch. They floated in, off the glass, tapped by Pena, and he picks up another steal, fronting the post, this time on Sagota. The first 2 were on Pluta. High middle screen, Miranda knocked out of his hands, but Jenkins got him on the hip, trying to rip it clean. First on Jenkins, second one against Bethel here in this opening half. They played a really clean opening stanza with just 2 fouls, but they've given the ball away 11 times, leading to just 3 Taylor points so far. 16-point Taylor advantage with 3:40 remaining here at half one. Volleyball line, Pena. Sagota defending. Handoff, Degenkolb. Thought about a stop and pop. Right side circle 3. Sends it around the arc. Far side, Hubbard. Far corner, Miranda with 10 to shoot. They want to go left block to McLeod. Mismatch with Cruz. Triple team comes. McLeod spins through. Almost spun it in through a triple team of doom. Third foul against Bethel here in the opening half. That is on Filip Sagota, his first, and McLeod back to the line for 2. They had McLeod pinned in every which way, then he spun to the only glimmer of hope and almost rolled it in over the front rim. The first of 2 hits the front rim and bounces home off the glass from McLeod for his second point of the afternoon. This to give Taylor a game-high lead of 18. He's made 2 in a row, and James has now made 3 in a row. 3 of 4 for McLeod today. DeHart back in. We say hello to Mr. and Mrs. McLeod. And James did want me to clear something up. I mentioned that his mom listens to gospel music during games. She wanted to clarify she listens to gospel rap music, which I told James I need some copies of to diversify my gospel listening playlists. 38-20 the Taylor lead. Faking a 3 high right side as Ertz spins, almost traveled. Out to Cruz, left wing open 3 ball, and he swished it. Taylor screaming for a travel across from us as it looked like Ertz almost fell over on his heels. Cruz makes his first triple of the afternoon. He's got a team-high 9 first half points, and Bethel trails by 15. 2:57 remaining here in the opening half. Pena calls for it, gets it. Against Segota. Back outside, Degenkolb. Miranda off the Pena screen, now ball far side of the floor. They cut off Miranda, off the foot of McLeod, kicks it right back to Hubbard with 10 to shoot. Hubbard accelerates, bangs with Segota. He'll be ripped out of his hands as Hubbard almost could have been called for a travel. Turnover number 6 of the opening half. Cruz fumbles it away, but right to the hands of Ertz. Dehart gets it back, near side edge for Bethel. Ertz left-hand drive. Degenkolb steps in, knifes it away, and now it's a foot race with Ertz. Degenkolb goes in, reverse layup with a left hand for another 2. How about 19 first half points for the All-American Mason Degenkolb, and Taylor leads 40-23. 2:15 remaining before halftime. Dehart fakes to his right, goes to left. Pena pounces on a hedge. Here comes Jenkins down the lane, flying through the air for a left-hand scoop as he went tumbling down to the parquet floor. 6 for Jenkins on his most spectacular bucket of the afternoon. And with less than 2 to go in the opening half, Taylor's lead back down to 15. Degenkolb's been a rock star here in the opening half. Mid-post right, Pena. One shot today, left side high, Hubbard. Fakes, now dribbling between his legs. Mid-post left, McLeod, smaller Cruz. McLeod goes right at him. Can't get the roll to go on a right-hand turnaround. Cruz jogging up the far side, now tries to take the high middle screen. Will bounce it back to the trailing Ertz. Taylor lost in translation, missing the jump shot short, and Pena gobbles up the rebound as they left Ertz open from 18 feet. 90 seconds remaining in the opening half. Pena from the top. He's got McLeod wide open backside, but Cruz jumped in there right before the pass could be thrown. Far side, Hubbard will try to go one-on-one with Ertz, backing him down, one-hand dish, Miranda. Stepping out to help as an outlet is Degenkolb with 11 to shoot. 19 first half points, baseline with 9, with 8, with 7, rising from the league logo, and Degenkolb cooking with gas. 10 of 14 in the opening half for a game-high 21 points. Bethel has 25 as a team. And Taylor up 42-25, shot missed on the other end. Segota gets it through 3 Taylor players, out to Jenkins, whose 3 is short, and this time McLeod does not allow any other looks from deep. 46 seconds separating us from halftime. Degenkolb a stop and pop 3, and everything's fallen for 15 in white. Mason Degenkolb with 24 first half points on a virtuoso performance in the opening 20 minutes. Taylor leads by 20 with 28 seconds remaining here in half 1. And such a smart play too, because now Taylor on a 2-for-1 will get the ball back with 6 seconds left to go in the first half. Degenkolb, a master on the offensive end. How about 11 of 15 from the floor for 24 points, all by himself. A 30-second Bethel timeout.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
So how about this stat line? 24 points, 11 of 15 from the floor, 2 of 4 from 3. That's Mason Degenkolb's stat line now in the first half. We haven't even gotten to halftime yet. And such a smart transition through that he hit. It was off balance, he hit it, but a 2-for-1, so now Taylor should get the ball back with 6 seconds remaining in the first half. 14 to shoot. Dehart will get it back from Keontae Jenkins. A 20-point Taylor lead, 45-25. Cruz, left edge, got around Hubbard. Pass in the paint, Segota, left-hand floater, no. McLeod rebound with 9, with 8 and 7. Degenkolb can hold for the final shot. 4, lost the ball, gets it back with 3. Off balance, 3 before the horn, off, no. McLeod and Hubbard try to tap it in, and neither could get a good hand on it. But that will be how the first half comes to a close. A maestro-esque performance from Mason Degenkolb. 24 first half points on 11 of 16 shooting, and Taylor leads number 11 Bethel by 20, 45-25 as we head to the halftime break.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on Scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel. Boy, do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit. Sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Play that old song! We really want her to play it. That's what's really going to open her. You gotta have the music that you listeners listen to.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland. and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
If you're just joining us, well, you've missed a lot. You've missed a total of 70 points, 24 of which were scored by the All-American Mason Degenkolb for Taylor. 11 of 16 from the floor, 2 of 5 from 3. For a game-high 24 points, Bethel as a team had just one more than that. As Taylor leads 45-25 at the break, the Trojans 46% from the floor, 18 of 39. Bethel 10 of 22 for 45%. But the difference right now, Taylor has made 5 more threes than BU, 6-1, and Taylor 6 of 12 from beyond the arc. Bethel has the advantage in made free throws. They're 4 of 5. Taylor is 3 of 4. Taylor has dominated the glass today against Bethel, who comes in out-rebounding their opponents by 7 coming in. Taylor just out-rebounds their opponents by 3. The Trojans have 21 rebounds to Bethel's 11. The Trojans have 11 offensive rebounds in total, leading to just 2 second chance points. But those 11 offensive rebounds have helped the Trojans keep the very high-octane Bethel offense out of rhythm. We mentioned Degenkolb's 24 points. Robinson not too shabby with 10 first-half tallies on 4 of 8 shooting and 2 of 3 from 3. Miranda with 6 points on a pair of made 3 balls. Jason Hubbard with 2 points. McLeod with 3 points. Clayton did not attempt a shot in the opening half. And C.J. Pena, who had over 20 points when these teams met back in December, took just 1 shot in the opening half. that he missed, but he also came up with a couple of timely steals. Also to note, James McLeod with a game-high 8 rebounds right now. Travion Cruz with 9 first-half points on 4 of 8 shooting. And Keontae Jenkins has 6 points for Bethel. The Trojans have their 5 starters on the floor. Actually, 4 of their 5 starters. This is their normal starting lineup. McLeod, Robinson, Degenkolb, and Pena. And then Hubbard will get the start here in the second half. It's the normal starting 5 Taylor has had for the majority of the season. Taylor shooting on the basket to our left. They have a game-high lead of 20 as Bethel has come out with their 5 starters to start the second half as well. Right side Pena screen. Robinson takes back to CJ. He's taken 1 shot today. His second will drop for a straightaway 3. CJ Pena might have heard us talking about his lack of offensive production in the opening half. He comes through with a 3 to start the second half off. It's Nathan Ertz. Life Granville makes his first start of the year for Bethel with Travion Cruz, Keontae Jenkins, and Nick Pluta. Here's Jenkins, right side eye. Hubbard starts on him. He fires a 3 and hits it right over Jason Hubbard. Jenkins, a very capable 3-point shooter at 39%, makes his first triple of the afternoon. He's got 9 points. Taylor's lead right back down to 20 as the two teams trade threes on their opening possessions. Hubbard ahead of steam down the right side of the lane. Trying to poke at it was Granville. Back down with the left hand, into the paint, rising for a jump shot off the front rim. And then a late foul will come in. Whew. The ball was already to come up the back of the from the back court. But it's going to be oh my gosh, it's going to be a shooting foul on Nathan Ertz. That was a late call. Did I say late? It was late. First of 2 for Hubbard, and he'll cash in on the first one here on a gift there. The ball was missed, it was rebounded, and before the ball could be left the hands of the rebounder for Bethel, the whistle came, and Hubbard makes the first of 2. And he spins that one off. That one rolls off the back of the rim. And the Taylor lead is at 49-28. Jenkins goes in all the way to the rim. His left hand no good. Putback was too strong. While the putback was missed, it'll send Nathan Ertz to the line. And the foul will be coming against Taylor's Jason Hubbard. That's Jason's second. That's something to keep your eye on. 1 minute and 9 seconds into the second half. Ertz, just a 59% free throw shooter in his freshman season. The big man from Valparaiso, Indiana, will airball the first one. Travion Cruz, the All-American, comes in to give a quick pep talk to Ertz. His second one is perfect. Ertz with 3 points. And the two teams have had a 3 and a made free throw for their first 4 points of the second half. We're back to a 20-point margin, same one that we had at halftime. McLeod all the way near the volleyball line, gives off to Hubbard with Jenkins defending him. Near side edge, this is Robinson, defended by Cruz. Top of the key, Pena has made 1 3 in the second half. Let's make it 2 as that one hit nothing but net. 6 for CJ Pena, and maybe he can pick it up here in the second half after the dominant first half from Degenkolb. Taylor up by 23. Just underway here, second half. Almost falling is Ertz, far sideline. Driving is Jenkins down the lane. No look pitch to Pluta. It'll be a block in the restricted area against CJ Pena, who is unhappy with the call down low. First on CJ, number 2 against Taylor after halftime. Pena trying to get an explanation. It looks like he's asking the wrong official. Cruz to get it in far baseline with 20 to shoot. Hubbard pogo sticking up and down in front of him. Jenkins off a screen, airballs a 3, and McLeod's right there to pick the ball off the floor. Jenkins 1 for 4 from distance here this afternoon. Taylor with the ball leading by 23, 2 minutes into the second half. Pena up top, a left-hand handoff Hubbard. He turns the corner with great speed. Far corner, Degenkolb. Free ball halfway down and out as Mason tried to find his third made triple of the day. He's now 2 for 6, and here comes Bethel the other way from left to right in blue. Granville, a heave of a 3, is off the right side of the rim, but Pluta knifes in for the rebound, fakes the spin, and they'll get Pena for hooking him down low. Granville came in shooting 39% from deep, but he's 0 of 2 today. As Pena picks up his second personal foul, the Trojans, 2 stellar sophomores, Hubbard and Pena, each with 2 fouls to their name. Jared Dehart comes in for the first time in the second half for Bethel, replacing Jenkins. Granville exits for the Pilots as Dylan Sheehy Giuseppe comes in for BU. Pass errant, intercepted by Degenkolb, and he'll race to the other end. Now hits the brakes as he waits for reinforcements. Taylor from right to left in white. They lead number 11 Bethel, 52-29, 2.5 minutes gone, second half. Sheehy Giuseppe, the VCU transfer, defends Robinson left side high. Degenkolb with D. Hart marking him. Right side screen, Pena, high middle one. Behind the back bounce, Degenkolb up top. Pena has 2 threes today, fakes and drive. He'll float it to the weak side. It goes through McLeod's hands and out of play and back to Bethel. Turnover number 6 for Taylor today, their first one of the second half. Remember, no Grant Galen, the top three-point shooter in the Crossroads League. He also has the most makes from three-point range at 98 in NAI D2. Cruz's pass behind Ertz, tiptoes the far side corner at half court and able to haul it in. Block left, Cruz give and go with Sheehy Giuseppe for a left-hand banker. First bucket for Sheehy Giuseppe, and the Taylor lead is at 52-31 as we pass 3 minutes played here at half number 2. Left side high, Hubbard holding in front of his chest and gives off to Degenkolb. Left-hand pass to Robinson near side. Degenkolb almost got free on a backdoor cut. Pena sets a screen for Robinson. Double team comes, now triple teamed. Robinson weaving, bouncing left edge. Hubbard will measure a 3. It's off the back of the rim. That's not Jason's preferred shot, and it's rebounded by D. Hart down low. Back to Ertz, back to D. Hart, top of the key 3 ball. Barely gets the front rim, and that one's rebounded by the Trojans, C.J. Pena. Off to Robinson as the offenses have cooled here to start the second half of play. Still 52-31, the Taylor advantage. Right side high, Degenkolb. Inside the arc, right side, Pena. Right side circle, Degenkolb. Right-hand pocket pass on the bounce to Robinson. Picks it up. Hubbard left side. Got to the left block. Baseline left with 9 to shoot. Picks up his bounce and gives off to Robinson to look to ISO with 6. Takes a right side Pena screen with 5 with 4. Step back, fade away, 3 ball, front rim, no. And it's rebounded by the newcomer, Maxwell Newman. Cruz the other way, long 3, make it a 2 from the left edge with his toes on the line. 11 for Cruz. He's the first Bethel player in double figures. It's 52-33, Taylor in front. Robinson to the top of the key, gives off to McLeod and a handoff to Hubbard near sideline. Back to the cutting Degenkolb in the paint. Top of the key, Hubbard gathers in the wide pass and he maneuvers. 18-foot jump shot, rattles halfway down and just fell out as that one was almost 3/4 of the way down from Hubbard on a good look. Cruz thought about a step into 3. Nobody finds Ertz down low. Now they finally float to him. Degenkolb defends, wings it far side D. Hart. The low pass to Shoe Tops was open for 3, but he couldn't let one go due to the poor pass. Ertz drives on Degenkolb, bowls his way in, and Degenkolb gets the charge on Nathan Ertz. Second one on Ertz, first one against Bethel here in the second half. And that brings us to a media timeout. 15:07 remaining in half number 2. Taylor trying to pick up another top 25 win. They lead number 11 Bethel 52-33 on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Both teams still shooting in the 40s. Full court press, but on by Bethel out of the media timeout. Taylor in the backcourt to our right. Pena with 5 seconds to get it across. Far sideline. Degenkolb whips it up to the front court in Miranda. as he's come in to replace McLeod here in the first sub of the second half for TU. The Trojans lead by 19. They've led by as many as 20 plus here in the second half. Top of the key, Degenkolb was spectacular in the opening half with 24 points. Has yet to score since, trying to change that here. Halfway down and out. Second shot in a row that's been halfway home, but could not drop for 15 and white. Mason looking for a foul on the other end. DeHart fires a three as Degenkolb gave him space. Missed. Pena has it ripped away by Ertz, who angles in and snakes home a right hand. Ertz with his first field goal of the second half. And a good little burst here by Bethel. They've outscored Taylor 10-7 to start the second half, and they've trimmed the deficit to 52-35. Almost 6 minutes into half number 2. Robinson around a Pena screen, into the air, bouncing back to CJ. With 2 threes here in the second half, he'll pull up for a right edge three and swish that one right in front of Maxwell Newman. So CJ took 1 shot in the first half, missed it. He's taken 3 since halftime. He's made all of them. And Taylor's lead back to 20. Sheehy Giuseppe goes in, almost poked away as he retreats back to the top. DeHart will pitch it out with Miranda defending Cruz. They look Newman's way. Pena defends on the right block. Baseline spin, Newman, reverse layup, off no, and they get Pena for the foul as he pleads his case. That'll be CJ's third. Fourth one against Taylor in the second half. Now the question will be, how long do they keep CJ in there? He's been such a spark plug, making all 3 of his shots in the second half, all from distance. But the 3 personal fouls are problematic. And the first one barely gets to the front rim from Newman, who also struggles from the line at just 59%. Newman, the 6'8 freshman from Monrovia, Indiana, averages 10 points and 6 rebounds a game. Second one missed through the hands of Hubbard, and Bethel to regroup out to Cruz for a 3. He misses that one. Thankfully for the Trojans on a poor rebounding effort. Cruz was wide open but missed the 3 off target left. Gabe Johnson will make his first appearance of the contest today. Johnson, a 6'4 freshman from South Bend, Indiana. He replaces Ertz, and Jeff Clayton comes in to get CJ Pena, who exits at the 13:36 mark of the second half, and Taylor up by 20. Pressure in the backcourt. Robinson runs away from both, and now he's got a head of steam. He angles and now will set up the half-court offense with Taylor going from right to left. It's Robinson, Clayton, Degenkolb, Hubbard, and Miranda. Robinson fakes to his left, goes to his right, a little hesitation, into the air, no look, dish to the corner, and Miranda will whip it in pass. That was an ill-advised pass as Newman stood in front. Then he almost fell down and fumbled it away. But right to the hands of DeHart after the interception by Newman. DeHart runs Hubbard into a screen, and that's a moving one on Newman, and that one was easy because his feet never stopped. Second one on Newman, number 2 against Bethel here in the second half. Ran right into Hubbard, chest to chest. Feet never stopped. And the moving screen, an easy one for the officiating crew today. Steve Draben, the first-year head man at Bethel, trying to argue his case. The crew today, Marcus Gossard, Jeffrey Rutledge, and Kenneth Ludlow, the men in the stripes. Float pass, far sideline, Robinson to Hubbard. Whip it far corner to Clayton. And then up top, a low bullet to the shoe tops of Ryan Robinson, just on the left edge of the center jump circle. We've played 7 minutes here in the opening half. Taylor's lead back to 20, the same margin that it was at halftime. Degenkolb has yet to score here in the second half, at 24 in the first. Left corner Robinson, long 2 with his toes on the line, no good, and it comes out to Sheehy Giuseppe. Galloping up the floor, number 1 in blue, angling against Miranda, through contact, missed it, but they'll get Miranda, who came down on the forearm. Second one on Vincent, number 5 against Taylor here in the second half. They had just 4 in the opening 20 minutes. And Taylor head coach Josh Andrews not happy across from us. We'll call a 30-second timeout, his first timeout of the day. 12:34 to go second half. Taylor up by 20 over number 11 Bethel here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Neither team shooting the ball particularly well here in the second half. 2 free throws upcoming for Dylan Sheehy Giuseppe, who struggles from the line at 53%. Hasn't a lot of opportunities this year, just 10 of 19. Goes through the process, fires, and that one's off the front rim short again. Bethel just 5 of 10 from the line today. They come in as a team shooting 70%. Second try from Sheehy Giuseppe. Bethel has made 4 field goals in the second half. Taylor just 3, but the percentages are not that good. Second one from Sheehy Giuseppe, good. He's got 3 points, and he'll come out in replace of Life Granville. Taylor's lead back to 19 as Bethel will apply full court press. As Keontae Jenkins has returned for BU. Robinson double team, picks up, slices through to Miranda, turns, almost traveled, near side Hubbard. Clayton was there for an alley-oop, free throw line extended, jump shot, Degenkolb, and there's his first scoring of half 2. 26 for Mason Degenkolb. And Taylor up 57-36. 8 minutes into the second half, pass behind, but still there, able to get it in was Gabe Johnson. Pass almost deflected, goes off the official, stays in bounds far sideline with Travion Cruz, who almost stepped out of bounds with his right sneaker. 13 to shoot, near sideline, Keontae Jenkins. They want to go in. Clayton almost got his hands on it, coming in and laying it off the glass will be Newman. Petya with that pogo sticking ability had made those entry passes tough. Clayton almost got his fingertips on it with that 6'7" frame. But a bank shot goes for Newman, his second field goal of the day. He's got 4. And Bethel trails by 19 once again. Degenkolb with Cruz marking him right side high. Taylor shooting on the basket to our left. Robinson falls on some perspiration near side. Miranda looks Clayton's way, baseline right. Left hand bounce, kicks out to Degenkolb with 9 to shoot, rises for 3 over Cruz. Off the near side of the rim, Miranda hustling, trying to save it was Granville, and he does so to Gabe Johnson on the near side of the floor. Degenkolb, after making 2 of his first 3 threes, has missed 4 in a row. Free throw line, off balance jump shot. Jenkins hits the front rim and drops on a friendly roll as Keontae Jenkins has 11. 17-point hole for BU. Double team comes. Degenkolb whips the pass around Johnson. Left corner Miranda, 3 ball. No, that one spins off as Taylor has made just made barely another free throw. There's a save back into Johnson, whose shot was no good. Tapped out of bounds by Clayton. And he'll stay here with Bethel. An errant pass almost was hauled in by the Trojans. Taylor head coach Josh Andrews unhappy across from us as Hubbard will exit, McLeod back in, and Bethel gets another crack to try to cut into this deficit. They've trailed by as many. Bethel has is by 23. They trail by 17 here. Nice spin move. Jenkins got him down the lane, but his right-hand finger roll was too strong as McLeod will be pestered by Granville, and a foul finally comes to McLeod's approval and the approval of the Taylor fans across from us. First one on Granville. Number 4, against Bethel here in half 2. 17-point Taylor lead. They've led by as many as 23 this afternoon. They go from right to left to the Trojans in white. Bethel defends man-to-man in blue. They've been in this man-to-man for most of the day. They went zone once, and Taylor hit a 3. They haven't gone back to the zone since. Robinson through the high middle Clayton screen. Crossover back to his left hand. Pulls up, jump shot, free throw line, swish. Ryan Robinson. 12 points for Robinson, first scoring of the second half, and Taylor goes back in front by 19. Cruz with Miranda defending him. Right side screen, Newman, he takes, and then they'll get Miranda for a hold as he tried to give Cruz a hug from the side. And that's the third one on Miranda. He and Hubbard have been the 2 guys that have been defending Cruz all day. So it will be the third on Miranda. Number 6 against Taylor in the second half. Shot clock is at 20. Cruz takes a left side screen, bumps with Miranda, trying to re-engage. Fancy dribbling between the legs. Miranda able to recover. Johnson left edge, nice attack with the right hand, dumps it down to the left block, and Newman spins over Clayton, who blocked the shot and then takes the ball away. The Bethel bench unhappy across from us, but it falls on deaf ears. How about a transition? Degenkolb triple. That one off the back of the rim as Mason has missed 5 straight 3-point tries. Still a 19-point Taylor lead past the halfway point. Pull up 18-footer Cruz, and that one hits nothing but the bottom of the cup. 13 for Cruz, about 9 below his season average, which is 11th best in NAI D2. The Trojan lead is at 16, 59-43, 9:30 remaining in half number 2. Degenkolb back near side has not had the same success he had in the opening half. Hedge comes by the big man Maxwell, now Cruz recovers. Miranda, left edge, McLeod almost fumbled it, attacks Johnson, got to the logo, right hand floater is off the right side of the rim on a good look by McLeod. Rebounded down low by Newman, off to Jenkins. Thought about a pull-up right side 3, whips it far side to Jenkins. Into the corner across from us, this will be Granville. To the baseline left and Newman, the big man. Step back, a jab step and a three, no good. But coming out too hard on the closeout was Miranda. That'll be Vincent's fourth, and Cruz is going to the line for three. So not only is that the fourth one on Vincent, that's also the seventh one on Taylor, and it puts Bethel in the 1-and-1 bonus. But the good news for Taylor, Bethel just 6 of 11 from the line today, but that's because their best player and their top free throw shooter, Cruz, has not gone to the line until now. The first, and when you make 90% of them, no doubt the first one goes in. Cruz had 10 points in the opening half, was the only offense for the Pilots. Makes the second, he's got one more coming. Degenkolb gets a breather. Clayton will exit as well for Taylor. Johnson out, Sheehy, Giuseppe back in for Bethel. We'll set the lineups here in a moment as Jenkins also gets a blow for BU. One for Travion Cruz. And he made all 3 of them. 16 for Cruz. He's the only he's one of 2 Pilots in double figures. And the Taylor lead, which was once 23, has now been trimmed down to 14. 59-45, less than 9 to go, second half. Miranda far sideline to Pena with Robinson, McLeod, and Hubbard the Taylor 5. Pena pitches outside, left side high, Hubbard a 3-ball, got it from the left side high, and Pena put those 3 fingers in the air before Jason let her fly. First field goal of the second half for Hubbard. He's got 6 and a big hoop, puts Taylor in front, and then Cruz answers with a 3 on the other end. 62-48 for Taylor. Cruz has made his second triple today. He's got a team high 19. Hubbard left side high, 8:20 remaining here in half number 2. Hubbard gives off to Miranda, back near sideline. This is Ryan Robinson. Sheehy Giuseppe defends. High middle screen, Pena. Hedge comes with Maxwell, double team, a wrap back to Pena. Stepping in, passes up an open 3. Hubbard made 1 through the last time down, off the front rim. Miranda trying to knife there, tipped, and McLeod able to kid it away from traffic. But tip your cap there to Miranda. He's the one that poked the ball free, and McLeod was there to clean it up. Shot clock is at 12 after the reset to 20. Blow by Robinson, right to the rim for a right hand. A blur in white is Ryan Robinson. 64-48, the Taylor advantage as Cruz will re-engage. Down the lane he goes. His reverse layup somehow goes in with a right hand as he serpentined his way underneath the hoop with Hubbard all over him. 21 for Travion Cruz, 11 in the second half. And now the double team comes with Robinson. He's bumped. No, they'll call a travel on Robinson. He can't believe it as he was hit down to the floor. 14-point Taylor advantage after the miraculous layup by Travion Cruz. We hit our final media timeout. 7:25 remaining in regulation. Taylor has led by as many as 23 over number 11 Bethel. They lead by 14 now, 64-50, with 7:25 remaining in the second half.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Bethel has matched their entire scoring output of the first half with 25 points, with 7:25 remaining in the second half. They've trimmed their once 23-point deficit, now down to 14. Both teams shooting the ball relatively well. Bethel very good at 48%, Taylor at about 44%. But the difference right now, Taylor has made 10 threes, which is a little bit above their season average. Bethel has made just 3. Bethel ball after the Robinson turnover and out of the media timeout. Cruz has been great here in the second half. Goes in, kicks near side. Granville, right edge dribble with Miranda guarding him. Now Sheehy Giuseppe up top. A jitterbug move, bumps with Robinson, got into the paint, and they'll get Ryan for a bump. And the Taylor coaching staff unhappy across from us. That's Ryan's third and number 8 against Taylor. They were called for just 4 in the opening 20 minutes, and they've got 8 to their name with 7:09 remaining in the second half. Degenkolb comes back in to replace Miranda. Robinson's third, Miranda's got 4, Pena with 3, and Hubbard with 2. No one in real foul trouble too much. Aerts and Newman with 2 apiece for Bethel. 1-1 for Sheehy Giuseppe. Nope, back rim long, tapped by McLeod, rebounded by Degenkolb. Sheehy Giuseppe 1 for 3 today. Granville applies pressure backcourt. Degenkolb runs away, flips it up to McLeod. He's hit from behind hard, and that's an easy call as Newman tried to go through the back of the 31 on the back of McLeod's jersey. Third on Newman. Now he is in foul trouble. That's number 5 against Bethel. And it looks like Jared Dehart will come to get him. Nope, he'll get Granville. 7 minutes exactly left to go here in the second half. On the backcourt side of midcourt, near sideline, McLeod gets it into Robinson. Sheehy Giuseppe right there with every step. And it'll be Aerts defending Hubbard. Bounce pass near side, Degenkolb, 24 in the first half, just 2 so far in the second. Robinson, right side screen, Hedge comes from a double team, back to Pena. Between the legs bounce, little flip out near side to Hubbard with 9 to shoot, and now 8. To the center jump circle, Robinson waves away now, calls for a screen with 5 and 4 and 3. Robinson in trouble, pass deflected, Pena just before the horn, no. As Robinson almost got called for a travel far side. Credit that Bethel defense to poke the ball away from Robinson. That little hesitation, didn't get the ball back up top to CJ in time, and Taylor gets called for another shot clock violation. 6:28 and counting here in this second half. Bethel the ball from left to right in blue. They lead by they trail by 14, excuse me. Cruz trying to make it 11. Off balance 3, no. McLeod weak side rebound, couldn't get there. Off the fingertips of Sheehy Giuseppe, but they'll say it goes off of McLeod. And some of the members of the Taylor women's basketball team to our right disagree with that call. Degenkolb did. It looked like it went off of McLeod's hand first. But then it looked like Sheehy Giuseppe went off of his hand. He even tapped his chest saying, "That's my bad, it went off of me." But they say it goes off of McLeod and Bethel regroups. Driving Newman, Hubbard almost knocked away, fade away over Pena. Swish for Maxwell Newman. 6 points for him, 4 in the second half. And it's a 12-point margin for Taylor, which was once 23. So we hit the 6-minute mark here of half number 2. Sheehy Giuseppe defending Robinson far sideline. Newman comes out, bangs right into Robinson, and there's finally the foul came. He ran into him, bumped into him. Robinson sold it with a little head throwback. Too hard of the hedge for Maxwell Newman. That's 4 on, assuming make that on Aerts. That's Aerts's, no, that is on Newman. That's Newman's 4th. And that's number 6 on BU. One more will put Taylor on the 1-1. 5:52 remaining in the second half. Taylor trying to knock off number 11 Bethel. Pena can't get the handoff to Degenkolb. His pass intercepted on a bad pass by Pena. Matt Newman running the court on a 3-on-1. Bouncing weak side, bad pass. He didn't look, and McLeod was stepped right in front of him and said, "Thank you very much. We'll take that and go the other way." Newman had his mind made up. Too fancy of a pass. Didn't look at the target. McLeod stepped in and intercepted. That's the 17th turnover by Bethel today. Degenkolb attacks. McLeod not a three-point shooter. One dribble and a handoff to Hubbard. 10 to shoot as we approach 5 to go in the second half. Taylor leading by 12. Degenkolb might have to do it himself. He does from 18 feet. No, off the glass and nothing else. Didn't hit the rim. Ball loose on the floor. Cruz turns over and flips it out to Sheehy Giuseppe. Shot out of a cannon. Euro step in. Bangs with Robinson, and it's going the other way. A charge on Sheehy Giuseppe. Robinson got back. He set those puppies just in the nick of time, and Taylor will get the ball back, still leading by 12. Newman exits with the 4 personal fouls. Gabe Johnson comes in to spell him. That's the 7th foul against Bethel. And Keontae Jenkins comes in. Since he exited, he has been standing at the end of the Bethel bench near the water cooler since he exited. He comes in now replacing Dehart. Full court press by the Pilots with 5:05 remaining second half. Almost have Robinson trapped, wraps a bounce pass to Pena with 5 to the cross the timeline to Hubbard. Whips it in right to the hands of Jenkins as he tried to throw it to McLeod. An ill-advised pass there by Hubbard. Sheehy Giuseppe angling, pitching back to Jenkins, a capable three-point shooter. Not this time as it's short off the far side rim. Jenkins just 1 of 5 from distance. Robinson loses underneath. Jenkins' scooping layup is good after a turnover in the backcourt as Robinson slow to get back up. Timeout on the floor after the bucket by Jenkins. A full timeout as Taylor's lead is down to 10 with 4:41 remaining second half at 64-54.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Taylor's been outscored by 10 here in the second half by Bethel, 29-19. The good news is that Taylor led by 20 at the break. Their lead is down to 10 at 64-54, with 4:41 remaining in the second half. Full court press put on by Bethel. Degenkolb backcourt trying to rip through on Sheehy. Giuseppe clears a little bit of space as Bethel wants an offensive foul on Degenkolb for swinging the elbows. Double team comes. Cruz picks Degenkolb's pocket. He goes in for an easy right-hand layup, and it's down to an 8-point Taylor lead on the steal by Travion Cruz. He's got 23. 4:23 to go second half. The exact opposite thing you wanted to have happen if you're Taylor coming out of the timeout. But ball was tipped right to the hands of Hubbard, and Taylor will set up in the half court. Hubbard angle goes right around Johnson, and it'll be a defensive foul on 5 in blue, and Hubbard's going to the line for a 1-and-1. 8th one here against Bethel this afternoon in the second half. Robinson calls Pena, Hubbard, and McLeod over. Degenkolb chatting with head coach Josh Andrews. Miranda in for Taylor, replacing McLeod. It'll be Jason's second trip to the line today. He's 1 for 2 with 6 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and that monstrous block back in the first half. The first of a 1-and-1 is perfect. Much needed there for Hubbard. 7 for him, 5 in the second half. Trying to push the Taylor lead back up to 10 with 4:13 remaining in regulation time. Second one is up and more prettier than the first. Nothing but net on that. 8 here for Jason Hubbard. 10-point Taylor lead. Cruz comes across. Hubbard will wait for him on the near side arc. Cruz goes down the lane nicely with the left hand, goes up. Shot was blocked by Hubbard, but they got him on the arm on the first time. Hubbard not happy about it, but he got him on the forearm before he got the shot blocked. That's number 3 on Jason, number 9 against Taylor. And it's a 2-shot trip here for Travion Cruz, who switched his number from 3 to 24. Was 3 to start the year, now switched to number 24. The first one for Cruz is good. Cruz had 10 at halftime. He's got 24 right now. Trying to make it an 8-point Taylor lead once again, and Cruz does just that. Cruz has been a rock star since debuting a year ago. Gabe Johnson out, Life Granville in for Bethel, and they'll put on the full court press once again. The only guys in the front court for Taylor, Ertz to defend Pena. Robinson runs the baseline looking for help. Hubbard comes as an outlet and gives it right back to Robinson. We get the 4-minute mark of the second half. Taylor with the ball in the backcourt, leading by 8. Double team comes. Robinson picks up the ball, slips it through to Pena. Turns and faces the basket, waiting for help. They try to deny Robinson the ball, so Pena will maneuver near side. Now Miranda gives off near the half-court line to Degenkolb. Shakes out that left arm and now dribbles with his right. Life Granville defending the All-American Degenkolb, who scored 24 points in the opening half. Pitching it back far side, Pena jab step, big 3 if it goes, it won't. But Hubbard knifes in on Cruz, through contact, missed it, but Hubbard's going to the line for 2. Jason Hubbard just too bouncy and too long for Bethel on that offensive rebound. That's the 9th one against Bethel, so the next foul against either team will put their opponent in the double bonus. Hubbard back to the line where he just made 2. He's got 2 here to again push the Taylor lead back up to 10. The first of a 2-shot trip. Front rim just bounces off as Hubbard looks to the sky in frustration. Still one more can push the Taylor lead back to 9. 3:32 remaining here in half 2. The second one from the stellar sophomore Hubbard rattles that one home. 9 for Jason, 7 in the second half. Timeout on the floor, 30-second variety for Bethel. No, that'll be for Taylor, excuse me, because Taylor has a 30 left. 9-point Taylor lead, 3:32 to go, second half against number 11 Bethel.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
So out of the Taylor 30-second timeout, they have 3 fulls. Bethel has 3 fulls as well. The Pilots have the ball down 9. They trailed in this game by as many as 23. As DeHart checked in during the timeout, he's got it left side high. Robinson fights through a screen. Pena comes to help on DeHart. Right elbow extended, outside to Ertz. And then an offensive foul on the other end as Travion Cruz ran over Vincent Miranda. The first one on Travion Cruz. That's number 10 against Bethel. And Taylor will be shooting free throws on every foul the rest of the way with 3:19 remaining. Bethel head coach Steve Draben gets an explanation from our head referee Marcus Gossard. Sheehy Giuseppe back in for BU as DeHart will exit. And I guess Sheehy Giuseppe did not check in officially. He taps the X across from us, and now he is allowed to play. X marks the spot, I guess. 3:19 to go second half. Taylor trying to knock off number 11 Bethel. They felt like they let one get away at Mishawaka back in December, trying to slam the door here. Corner to Degenkolb. Bounce pass dangerously to Robinson. He's got 8 seconds to get it across in the backcourt. A double team there. Near side Miranda with 4 to get it across. Floats it far side to Degenkolb with 2 seconds to spare. Taylor's done a really good job for most of the day of beating this full court pressure by Bethel. We approach the 3-minute mark of the second half. Sheehy Giuseppe hawking Robinson near side. Around a right side, Pena screen. Whips it back to CJ. Fakes the 3, got his man in the air. Euro step almost traveled. Robinson a big 3 if it goes, and it does. And he shoots the arrow towards his bench. Third triple Ryan Robinson. And then Miranda goes flying into the bleachers down below us. But Vincent Miranda must be made of rubber because he bounces back like that was nothing, running into a full set of bleachers. (70-58), the Taylor lead, 2:46 to go, half 2. Miranda will guard Cruz, ripping to the baseline right. Sheehy Giuseppe, and Robinson got him on a bump. That's the 4th on Ryan and the 10th one against Taylor, so both teams are now in the double bonus. With 2:41 remaining in regulation time. Robinson with 7 second half points, but that last 3, none bigger to push the Taylor lead back up to double digits at 12. First free throw from Sheehy Giuseppe, who's 1 for 3 today. And now 2 for 4 on a switch. 4 points for Sheehy Giuseppe, the former VCU Ram. Maxwell Newman out as Gabe Johnson returns for BU. This to make it a 10-point Bethel deficit. 2:41 left to go in regulation. The second one from the man with 3 names, Dylan Sheehy Giuseppe, and he rolls it in. 5 for Sheehy Giuseppe, he'll exit. And Life Granville comes in for the defensive substitution. Taylor with the ball, backcourt. Robinson will run baseline, leading by 10 with 2:41 to go second half. Into Hubbard, then right back to Robinson near side backcourt. 7 to get it across, bouncing to Miranda near sideline with 5 into the air through traffic to Hubbard. He will not throw a dangerous pass this time. Good job by Hubbard. He had Pena there for a moment, but Cruz was lurking behind. 15 to shoot, 2:25 to go second half. Robinson far sideline, crossing over to his right hand. The ball on a string, now 9 to shoot, around a Pena screen with 7, and now 6, Cruz defending him. A deep 3 ball that Robinson almost banked in, but Miranda soars in for an offensive rebound. He'll circle and get hip checked, and then Granville deflects the ball out of play. Miranda got into the air trying to find help, could not, and thankfully for the Trojans, Granville dove and tried to get a hand on it. He did, but could not grasp it, and the ball went sailing out of bounds. 2:07 left in regulation, 16 to shoot for Taylor as they have the ball, leading by 10. A win for the Trojans will put them back above 500 at home at 7-6 and move their league record to 5-7. Degenkolb between the circles, Pena. Left hand bounce, now hand off to Degenkolb as the shot clock hits 10. Jenkins will guard, Degenkolb looking to his left, driving with 7, with 6, lost the ball. Up top, Miranda with 5, a 3 ball on the way, off the back of the rim, and the long rebound far side to Travion Cruz. He accelerates up, Degenkolb defense, pitch out Jenkins, bobble the 3, and still hit it in on the right edge. It almost looked like that ball might have come fumbling out of Keontae Jenkins' hands. He hits his just his second 3 of the day, and it cuts the Bethel deficit to 7. Pilots take a timeout with 1:45 remaining here in the second half.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Timeout situation looks like this. Bethel with 2 full timeouts, Taylor with 3. Each team is in the double bonus. Taylor will have the ball in the backcourt. They lead by 7, 70-63. They've actually led the entire way, have the Trojans. Their lead was as big as 23 back at the beginning of the second half. Robinson will get it in. Sheehy Giuseppe will guard it as Robinson can walk the baseline. That's the baseline to our right, gets it in the nick of time to Degenkolb. Double team in the near side corner. Mason uses one dribble, turns and takes a timeout. 1:41 left to go second half. 6 seconds to get it across. Taylor will take one of their 3 full timeouts remaining, but here's the catch. Taylor cannot run on the near sideline. They'll have 6 seconds to get it across out of this full timeout.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Bethel's did a much better job on Mason Degenkolb here in the second half. Mason had 24 points on 11 of 16 shooting in the first half. Here in the second half, Mason just 1 of 6 from the floor for just 2 points. But you know it can get it going whenever he needs it. 6 seconds to get it across after Degenkolb had to use a timeout after being double teamed in the near side corner. It's Degenkolb, Robinson, Miranda, Hubbard, and Pena. Johnson, Cruz, Jenkins, Sheehy, Giuseppe, and Ertz for Bethel. Ertz will guard the inbounds pass near sideline Miranda. He cannot move. Will bounce it far side baseline. This will be Robinson. Still has not used his dribble, trying to find help. Whips it up off the fingertips of Degenkolb. Gets it back with 2. And then the ball will be ripped off in the back where he falls down. It'll be a travel against Degenkolb. It also was close to being a backcourt violation against TU as well. But a turnover by the Trojans, their 14th of the day, gives Bethel the ball back. They trail by 7 with 92 seconds left in the second half. One of the few times today that Taylor has not been able to deal with the backcourt press of Bethel. Nick Pluta comes back in for the first time in forever for Bethel, as Johnson and Sheehy Giuseppe exit. DeHart back in there as well for BU. So Jenkins, Ertz, and Cruz stay. Miranda will guard Cruz. 92 seconds left to go second half. Bethel with the ball down 7. Cruz waving people away. Right hand bounce, top of the key, near side. Now Robinson switches. Cruz crossover down the lane. Kick out far side. Jenkins has hit some big threes today, and he hits another one, this time in front of the Bethel bench. Third 3 of the afternoon for Jenkins. He was 0 of 2 in the first half. He's 3 of 5 here in half 2, and that brings Bethel to within 4. With 1:19 to go second half, they trail 70-66. Full timeout on the floor.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Turnover, the 14th of the day. Then Travion Cruz finds his 6th assist of the afternoon. Keontae Jenkins knocks down his 3rd 3 of the day, all in the second half. And Bethel now to within 4 with 1:19 remaining second half. Johnson and Sheehy Giuseppe back in for BU. Degenkolb will get it in. He'll walk on the baseline to our right. Full court press by Bethel. Into Pena. 9 seconds to get it across. Now to the hands of Robinson. 7 to get it across. With 6, double team comes. Robinson bumped into the air. Far sideline gets into the hands of Miranda. With 1:09 remaining second half to try to trap Miranda on the baseline. Slips it through to Hubbard. Now off to Robinson. We did inch closer to a minute remaining in the second half. They try to wave everyone away from Robinson. Now we dip below a minute to go second half. Taylor with the ball leading by 4. Shot clock is at 7. Ball knocked away. Jenkins got the hip of Degenkolb. And that's the second on Jenkins. Both teams in the double bonus. And they'll send Degenkolb to the line for 2. Taylor fans voice their displeasure with what they feel has been some late foul calls or some not coming. First of 2 for Degenkolb. First one, perfect. Mason, an 88% free throw shooter. Pushing that Taylor lead up to 5. He can try to make it 6 here. McLeod scampers to the scorer's table. He comes in to get Pena. Pluta back in for BU. DeHart and Ertz in as well. Cruz and Jenkins stay. 54 7/10 of a second left. Degenkolb made the first, and he misses the second. It spins off the rim. He's 1 of 2 from the line today. 5-point Taylor lead. Cruz trying to make it a 2-point game with a straightaway 3. Rims out, no. Ball tapped around. McLeod continues to add to his strong total today. His 12th rebound keeps Taylor in front by 5 with 5 seconds to get it across. Pluta will bump Degenkolb near side, and Mason's going back to the line for 2 more free throws. Clock is at 38 3/10 of a second left. Taylor leading by 5. Degenkolb erupted for 24 first half points. He's got 27 here and 2 more. Free throws right here for the career 87% free throw shooter. Big sister Taylor watching across from us, and Degenkolb will miss that one long off the back rim. Very rare to see Degenkolb miss back-to-back free throw tries, but still an opportunity to make it a 6-point lead here with 38 3/10 of a second left. This one is up and perfect. 28 for Mason. Taylor leads by 6. Cruz wheeling to the front court. Miranda there. Hubbard coming to help. Almost traveling far side. Ertz. Jenkins drives. Degenkolb lets him go. Right hand scoop. No! But McLeod fouled him with 29 and 9/10 of a second left. Jenkins took a hard spill. He's helped back up by his teammates, and it looks like he is okay. Second one on James. 2 free throws here for Keontae Jenkins, the Cardinals stretch transfer. He's been good today, 13 in the second half of his 18. First of 2 free throws, swish. Now he's got an even 20. He and Cruz have combined for 45 of the 67 points for BU today. 29 and 9/10. Second one from Jenkins up. Good. And coming back in will be Sheehy Giuseppe. Jenkins a perfect 6 of 6 from the stripe today. 4-point Taylor lead. Shot clock turned off with 29 and 9/10 of a second left to go in regulation. Taylor's led the entire way. They led by as much as 23 here to start this second half off. Cruz denies Robinson. Degenkolb bouncing far side, try to get to Miranda. Ball knocked away, loose on the floor. Degenkolb comes free and rips it away and calls a timeout just before they could be tied up and a held ball would be called. If it did, it would have stayed with Bethel. Instead, Taylor takes their second to last full timeout, clinging to a 4-point lead against number 11 Bethel with 27 seconds remaining in regulation.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
It's been the Keontae Jenkins and Travion Cruz show today with no Grant Galen for Bethel. Jenkins with 20 points, Cruz with 26, no one with more than 6 for Bethel today. 27 and a tenth of a second left for Taylor. They'll get the ball into the backcourt. They lead by 4, 72-68, as they try to knock off another top 25 team for the second Saturday in a row. They defeated Spring Arbor, a receiving votes team here last week. Miranda will get it in. He will not be able to run the baseline after the ball was already entered onto the floor of play. Miranda looks, he'll just heave it to the other end. Robinson trying to race back, trying to beat Jenkins there. Pass from Miranda too far, and the ball's going to come all the way back to the other end for Bethel, trailing by 4 with 27 and a tenth of a second remaining in regulation time. 15th turnover by Taylor as Pluto will come back in for Bethel along with DeHart. Pena exits, McLeod comes back in for Taylor. McLeod with a game-high 12 rebounds today, one off of a career high. Tying effort. A good bet, it's either going to go to Jenkins or Cruz. They've been the offense all day for BU. DeHart will get it in on the baseline across from us. Bethel shooting on the basket to our right. Robinson guards quickly into Cruz. Degenkolb fouled him on the arm. Degenkolb thought he got all ball, judging by his reaction. 2 free throws upcoming for Travion Cruz. First one on Degenkolb today. Bethel's improved their shooting percentage. They're at 50% here for the game. Much better here in the second half than they were in the first. First of 2 for Cruz. He's been perfect from the line today, and that continues. 27 for Cruz. CJ Pena back in, McLeod out. This to make it a 2-point Bethel deficit with just about 26 seconds left. Cruz rises on his toes, hit the front rim, and he got the bounce to go. 28 points for Travion Cruz. DeHart out, Dylan Sheehy Giuseppe back in. 26 and 4/10 of a second. Everybody in the backcourt here as Bethel applies pressure. Robinson jogs on the baseline, trying to wave someone deep. Into Degenkolb. Defender's backs are turned. Degenkolb still's got to get it across. Picks up the dribble, trying to find help. Got to fling it across. Coming back is Pena, who catches. He'll drive down the lane with 16 seconds left. Shot clock turned off. Bethel has to foul, and finally Cruz will get Miranda around the waist. A good job by the Trojans, not trying to force one in there from Pena to Hubbard underneath the hoop. And now Miranda with 2 huge free throws with 14 seconds left. First trip to the line for Vincent today. He's got 2 right here, and he's shooting 75%. Taylor leads by 2. And they now lead by 3. 7 for Miranda, his first point of the second half right there. Johnson and Sheehy, Giuseppe out, Pluta and Dehart back in. Second one from Miranda. Got them both. Vincent Miranda got both. And he puts Taylor in front by 4. McLeod in to replace Pena. Huge free throws for Miranda. And his first 2 points of the second half have given Taylor a 4-point advantage. Full court press, 13 seconds left. Dehart's got a wheel to the front court. Bethel down 4. Dehart almost lost it. Here's Jenkins trying to spin away from Degenkolb. Off balance 3. Degenkolb blocked it. Hubbard snagged it. And with 4 seconds left, Degenkolb will run it out. He accelerates to the front court. And Taylor will hold on and knock off Bethel 74-70, defeating the number 11 team in the country today here on their home floor. 2 humongous free throws from Vincent Miranda for his first and only scoring of the second half. Degenkolb challenges the 3 from Keontae Jenkins, who was spectacular in the second half. And the Trojans come away holding on after leading by 23 in the second half. They take Bethel's best shot after halftime, and they win today by a final of 74-70. We'll come back and take a look back at this one on the Ivanhoe's postgame show after this, here on the Trojan Sports Network.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel, boy do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greeks' specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greeks Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greeks Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Play that old song! You really wanted to play it. That's what's really going to open your mind. You gotta have the music that you listen to.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Back inside Odell Arena, Rick Johnson joined by the head coach of the Trojans, Josh Andrews, after their, how do you want to describe that? You got up by 23 in the second half. You hold on for a 4-point win over number 11 Bethel, but against the number 11 team in the country, you don't care if you hold on, you blow them out. However, you got more points, and that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, number 11 team in the country or number 150 in the country. You come out with a win and a lot of good team stuff that happened throughout the game. You know, the way we defended and took care of the ball and found specifically Mason, but played for each other in the first half was so impressive. And then the second half, we knew they were going to play at us. Then we knew they were going to be super aggressive. You know, we may have got a little bit tight in the half court, but I thought we ran really good action and had some shots that didn't go. I mean, we had some decent looks for a 4 to 6 minute stretch there that didn't go, and they kept closing the margin. And obviously we got to take care of the basketball late. It's been a while since we've had to do that against high-level athletes, and it's not our strength. So we've got to improve a little bit there. Hopefully we're on the winning side of things, or the leading side of things down the stretch in these next 6 games. But I'm proud of our guys for getting it done.
You mentioned Mason. He had 24 points in the opening half. He was 11 of 16 from the floor. He also hits that just crazy off balance on his tippy toes 2-for-1 deal on a 3. Did you guys exclusively want to get him going early, or was that just kind of how the game flowed today?
Yeah, more how the game flowed. We're always trying to play for him and Ryan as our lead guards, and they've been in these situations so many times. So our action caters to their skill sets and trying to put them in positions to make plays for us. And when he's aggressive and confident and they're making shots like that, man, they're fun to watch. But then we did a lot of the right things just to manage the game. Had a lot of unselfish plays in the second half as well. That was good to see. But, man, it's fun to see Mason get hot like that, and I'm excited for him.
Vincent had just 2 points in the second half, but they're arguably the 2 biggest points of the whole game. It takes you guys from a 2-point lead to a 4-point lead. That was your final margin of 74-70. What does it show for his growth to be able to step up there after not really being able to find his shot a lot there in the second half, steps up in a key moment and delivers?
Yeah, especially after he threw that fastball against the wall down here when we tried to break the pressure going long. He's the baseball, the former baseball player. We were trusting him there, so I gave him a hard time. He's just an aggressive kid. How many times, beyond the 2 free throws, which were huge, how many times did he hit the floor today? How many times was he sliding around, diving after the ball? His care level is just unbelievable. He's such a great competitor. He's such an easy teammate to be around. I love coaching him.
He only had 4 rebounds today, only 2 offensive, but it felt like even if he didn't get credit for the offensive touch, he either tapped it and someone else got the rebound, but he was just, whenever you needed one, he was right there today.
They were huge. He played so big. We had a lot of mature play and a mature spirit about us today, which is what you want to see, a lot of collective unity and team stuff against a great team, and what a huge win for our team. Huge win.
You had 14 offensive rebounds in your 33 today. James McLeod had 5. Jason Hubbard had 5. James only had 3 points today, all from the free throw line, but he had 12 rebounds, including 5 offensive rebounds. He was huge today, just like Vincent, getting some key rebounds, particularly late there on some missed shots that kept the ball in your favor or diving after it.
Huge. Just a glue guy, just playing like a senior and doing whatever it takes to win. He couldn't care less that he didn't score a bucket from the field. He'd love to, but he's just, in regards to James, to get 12 rebounds and to handle himself like he did and defend. Again, he's another guy so easy to coach, and I'm just happy for our guys to have success. They did it as a group today, a tough, mature group, beat a gritty, tough team.
CJ had just 1 shot attempt in the first half. He missed it. Then he comes back and hits 3 of 4 tries in the second half, all from 3. He was so good in the paint there at Bethel in December. Today, didn't get as much offense, but when Mason's shooting like it was in the first half, you got to feed the hot hand, right?
Yep, again, and I praise CJ for that. I thought he was patient. He was allowing the game to happen, and our guards were hot, and they were freeing that up second half. We'd have liked to have get him some more pick-and-pop threes, and I thought he was a little bit he could have been a little more aggressive for his shot there, but I think he's just trying to match his game to what it takes to win. Right now, he's going to have huge games down the stretch and, of course, in the future, but what a winner. I was most impressed by his defense in the first half. He really fought the post and created some steals for us, and was just 4 steals today. Just a tough kid today. So proud of him.
Travion Cruz had 28 points. Keontae Jenkins had 20, but no one else for Bethel had 6. Was that the mindset going in with no with no Grant Galen out with a boot on that left foot. He lit you guys up from 3 at their place in December, with knowing they only had Jenkins and Cruz as their 2 main offensive threats. Was it an idea to just kind of don't make sure they go to those 2 guys go completely nuts and try to make everyone else beat you?
I'd love to tell you that, but no. We wanted to win the 3-point line, and our guys did it. They were 5 for 20 from the arc, and maybe 4th in the country and 3 field goal makes right now, I think, through however many games. So we wanted to win the arc and then go rebound. So we won the rebounding edge, and then we won the 3-point line, and we knew they'd get scores. Those guys are a couple terrific players, and we knew they'd find ways to pick up some points outside of Galen being out. So it's just a gritty effort on that end.
How tough is it to prepare for a guy like Travion Cruz? He had a quiet 10 points in the first half, and then he just at times just got to the he's making tough pull-ups from the elbow. I mean, he makes tough shots look easy. He's got to be a tough guy to cover.
He's terrific. So hard to cover. And we had a couple broken assignments, but he earns so much of it. And it's just what it is. That's why he averages 25 a game, and it's why he's one of the elite players in the country. And, so you got to tip your hat to him. He's a great player, and we fought him, made him work. So
another great Saturday for Taylor basketball. Another Taylor sweep after last Saturday's sweep of Spring Arbor for the men and the women. Big win today for you guys. Congratulations.
Thanks, Rick. We really appreciate the coverage. Yep, thank you.
Taylor and Josh Andrew on the road next week. We'll be back to wrap up the Ivanhoe's postgame show after this. You got it.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Back inside Odell Arena for one final time here on the Ivanhoe's postgame show as Taylor defeats number 11 Bethel by a final today of 74-70. Both teams scored 45 points in a respective half today. Taylor in the first, Bethel in the second. The difference is that Bethel scored just 25 points in the first half. Taylor scored 29 after halftime. The Trojans had 2 in double figures. Mason Degenkolb had a game-high tying 28 points on 12 of 22 shooting. He was 2 of 8 from 3 and 2 of 4 from the line. He scored 24 of his 28 in the opening half on one of his best offensive performances of the season and potentially of his career. The 28 points, by the way, just 5 off of his career high that he set as a sophomore and just 1 point off of a season high. Ryan Robinson, his senior backcourt mate, scored 17 points on 7 of 14 shooting, none bigger than the third three that he made to put Taylor up 70-58. That gave Taylor enough cushion, and then Vincent Miranda made the 2 free throws late to push Taylor up by 4 at 74-70. Robinson 3 of 7 from the arc today and did not attempt a free throw. 9 points for C.J. Pena, all in the second half, all on threes as he went 3 for 4 from distance. Jason Hubbard had 9 points off the Taylor bench, 7 in the second half. He was just 2 of 11 from the floor, 1 of 3 from 3, but Jason went 4 of 6 from the line today. Vincent Miranda had 8 points, 2 in the second half, and there were those 2 free throws that put Taylor up by 4, 74-70, which ended up being the final margin today. 3 points for James McLeod, 9 for Pena, as we mentioned, 8 for Miranda, and none for Clayton today in just about 6.5 minutes of work. For Bethel, they had 2 players in double figures. Both scored at least 20. It was Travion Cruz with 28 points on 9 of 16 shooting. He had 18 in the second half, 5 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 4 from 3, and he was a perfect 8 for 8 from the free throw line today. His backcourt mate, Keontae Jenkins, also poured in 20 points, 15 in the second half. He was 6 of 14 from the floor, 3 of 8 from the arc. He was 3 of 6 from downtown in the second half, and he was also a perfect 5 of 5 from the line today. But you take out the free throw shooting of Jenkins and Cruz today, who went a combined 13 for 13 from the line, and Bethel went just 4 of 10 from the charity stripe today. No one else scored more than 6 points for Bethel today. That was Maxwell Newman off the bench. 5 for Ertz, 5 for Sheehy Giuseppe, 4 for Pluta, 2 for Granville in his first start of the season. No points for Johnson, Dehart, or Sagoda. Taylor shot the ball really well in the first half, 46%, just 35% after halftime. They were 42% for the game. Bethel 46% in the first half, 52% in the second, and they were 49% for today's contest. The difference today, and you heard Taylor head coach Josh Andrews mention it, was winning the three-point line. The Trojans limited Bethel to 5 of 20 shooting from the arc today. That's just 25%. That's well below their 34% season average. Bethel also came in averaging 12 made threes per game. They made just 5 today. And a big reason why was no Grant Gale on the top three-point shooter in NAIA Division II. Taylor made 11 threes today in 28 tries, 3 apiece for Pena and Robinson, 2 apiece for Degenkolb and Miranda. Taylor also won the rebounding battle today, 33-31, including 14-8 on the offensive glass. James McLeod had a game-high 12 boards, including 5 offensive rebounds. Hubbard had 6 rebounds, including 5 on the offensive glass. Top 2 rebounders for Bethel each had 6. Pluta and Cruz, who also had to go with his 28 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and only 3 turnovers, and Cruz did not leave the floor today. He played the full 40. Taylor's top assist man today was Robinson with 4. Also, Hubbard had 4 as well. The 4 helpers for Hubbard ties a career high. The top assist man is Cruz. He's also the top assist man for the season. He had 6. 6 turnovers, though, for Nathan Ertz, as Bethel turned it over 19 times. Taylor gave it away 15 times, and the Trojans outscored the Pilots 6-5 off the turnover. Fast break points in favor of Bethel, 13-9. Points in the paint also in favor of Bethel at 30-22. There were no ties. There were no lead changes. Taylor led by as many as 23. They never trailed. They scored the first 4 points of the game and didn't look back. They had a 23-point lead early on in the second half. They saw it get dwindled down to 2, but then it was Miranda with those 2 clutch free throws to give Taylor a 4-point advantage, and they win today by that margin of 74-70. Special thanks to Heidi Dalton and Josh Fenwick, our fantastic crew today, who worked both the men's and the women's game earlier today. And we thank you folks for tuning in today as well. Both basketball teams are on the road next week at Grace on Wednesday for a 6 and 8 p.m. doubleheader, and then in Fort Wayne to take on St. Francis a week from today. They're back here in about a week and a half's time when they will take on Goshen. Final score today, Taylor knocks off number 11 Bethel by a final of 74-70 here at home, behind a spectacular first half performance by Mason Degenkolb, who scored 24 of his 28 points in the first half. This has been a presentation of Taylor Men's Basketball on the Trojan Sports Network. We say goodnight from Upland, Indiana.